Hi everybody and welcome to the Brainstorm. I'm meteorologist Matt Gray. Thank you for watching KXLY on YouTube. 4 News Now. Go ahead, like, subscribe, get your latest news, and we'll give you some sciencey videos like this every now and then as well. So I got something different to talk about today, and this is going to be a quick one. But let's talk about, something that's going to be popping up almost everywhere around the inland northwest. In fact, it already did last week, and we're going to see a lot more of it this week, and that is potholes. This was our own Destiny Richards on 4th Street in Spokane. Yeah. Potholes. It's going to be a lot of them. And, you know, they always seem to pop up in the same place each and every year, and there is a good reason for that. And one reason why, the potholes can be patched, but they always seem to rise again. And that's because of, generally how these things end up forming. So let's go over that really quickly. So here's the issue. Traffic flow causes the road to wear out over time, and you end up with a weakness. And, then you end up with cracking, and that allows water, whether it's rain, whether it's snow, or anything else, to start to get into the roadbed. So when we end up there, rainfall seeping through the cracks. You got water pooling under the road. And here is where things get crazy. You're like, well, then why don't we get potholes in summer if that's all it takes? You see, it's about wintertime and what happens when water freezes. So water expands as it freezes, when it goes from that liquid state to its solid state. We all know the same amount of ice, an ice cube, it takes up a lot of space, but when you melt it, it doesn't end up being all that much water if you just leave an ice cube out on the counter. So the same thing's happening down in those little cracks and crevices in the road. And we end up with a basically cracking and breaking the road from underneath. Depending how much water gets in there, that's going to determine how big your pothole ends up being. In fact, this is very similar to where I'm from in Florida. This is very similar to how sinkholes end up forming, of course, without the whole freezing part, but essentially water getting into the ground, exposing a weakness. When that water goes away, all of a sudden you have a gap that the next car that drives over is going to smash in, and then we have potholes. Of course, now road crews love them to death. They can patch over those potholes many times as they want, but that inherent weakness is still going to be there. In fact, where I used to live in Montana, there was a huge pothole that I had to drive to work every day, and it popped up every single winter after a few rounds of snow, and it was as big as ever every single time, to where it took the whole tire. And I drove a pretty big truck at the time too, so one of those things where this is just going to be issues that pop up over and over and over again. The only real solution here is you got to replace the whole road surface. Potholes, they're just a fact of life, and we're going to be seeing a lot more pothole problems as we head through the upcoming week. Why? Because we got a lot of freezing and thaw cycles coming up here. Look at the extended forecast. We're going to end up with temperatures above freezing in the afternoon and below freezing in the morning. So freeze, thaw, up and down again. We'll also have a chance for some rain and some snow in the early part of the week. So you take that all into consideration, and it is going to be a little messy, and we'll probably see more potholes opening up, especially, or even seeing more potholes revealed as some of those side roads, the snow that's all compacted still on top of the side roads that wasn't plowed away, ends up melting yet again. So here we are, it's pothole season, and really it's going to take until winter is over now for all those pothole patches to stick around for a little while and not break down. So, quick one tonight about potholes and how they form and why they keep popping up in the same spot. Thank you for watching the Brainstorm. We will be back next week with more fun weather and science related content for you. In the meantime, go ahead, subscribe here to 4 News Now on YouTube, and we'll see what the rest of January has in store for us in Inland Northwest News. Have a great night.